All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into another market and trade review video for today, April 11th, 2024. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe. In the description of this video, there's a link for free stock for Webull if you don't have Webull, which is the exchange we use to trade on. We're trading this paper account here and this 10K challenge, and we are back down under 10K, unfortunately. A lot of impatient trading by me. By who else, right? I'm responsible for my own trades. And a little bit of chasing on SPX and a lot of SPX trades that I learned from a little bit, I think, over the last few days. And going to repurpose the strategy on SPX and probably just stick with SPY during intraday trades. And then maybe some SPX throughout, or in the beginning, at the end of the day, or once a trend is confirmed, right? So let's go ahead and close this. But take a look at the market overall and see where things are at. Really, again, kind of frustrated with how things have been playing out on the SPX. So taking a look at the 5-minute range, this is the weekly, right? 5-minute range in SPX, we have this good break here, but like this stuff in here, right? So this is the open today, or this is the open today. And we have this dip down, which is a good move out the gate, a rejection of the 200 EMA. But then from here, these kind of moves on the SPX are like just so easy to get wicked out of. And with a tight stop, easy to get stopped out of, really, really easy. And so what I think my strategy, if I trade SPX more, is going to be smaller size with more a higher risk tolerance. So maybe instead of a 30% stop, a 50% on some of that. I don't know. I'm gonna have to toy with it a little bit, which is, paper account is perfect for something like that. As far as the market overall today, we did though trend up at the close, and taking a look at the SPY, right? We came up to this 519, and we're range bound. Take a look at this. We can hide all drawings and take a look at the daily, and we're a little bit range bound in here. Coming down, it looks like we want to break below, but then we don't. It looks like we want to break below and we don't. Q's got super heavy, right? I didn't make a video yesterday, but super heavy down in here. And I was really looking for a break of support, a break of below 434, and then us to just lose out, down below 430. But we held, and a big strong day today. So that is what we're looking at. And something extremely notable that we need to take a look at is Apple. And turn into the charts back on. This is the strongest and most bullish breakout that Apple has had since we are on this downtrend here since the beginning of the year. So very interesting. Strong day out of Apple. We'd love to see some continuation from this. And in after hours, we are continuing. So we'll see if we're able to do that into tomorrow on Apple. And I think the audio might have been not too good just now. Test. Oops. Anyway, so watching Apple for continuation tomorrow. If Apple can get going, and Microsoft breaks above this 430 range, then the SPY is just going to continue to rip, and we'll just keep going. So NVIDIA, big day. AMD hasn't caught up yet, and I took a long position on AMD for 175s 2 weeks out, or a week out, based on the relative, or kind of as a laggard, right, on this maybe changing direction here. Anything can happen, right? Anything can happen. We could go bearish, we could go bullish. SMCI, same story. One thing I found with SMCI, a note, is that the volatility on SMCI a lot of times is within the first hour and a half of the day, much like SPX. It then has a real sideways range. Even when something like NVIDIA has a constant uptrend throughout the day, SMCI does not, and then it kind of dances to the beat of its own drum, and then at the end of the day, much like SPX again, has a little bit more volatility, and there's more opportunity to scalp quick moves on that. So interesting as I try to play some of these other names, right? The SPY itself has been bread and butter. Got the levels down. I mean, look at the correction today, right? It's pennies away. The supports and resistances are key here in a lot of these areas. And it's nothing special or new, right? It's just highs and lows of previous days, pre-market highs and lows, and open highs and lows, and then supports and resistances that are formed as strong points throughout the day. So crypto, Bitcoin doing its thing, right? Where it flags, consolidates, and then breaks up. The range is a lot wider than we have seen in previous times, but starting to look something like in here, forming in here, and we're still trading in between this range here on from the Fibonacci retracement line. So until we get above 73.80, 73.8 rather, then I don't have a bull case. It's just consolidation, and I'm not looking for any sort of real trade on something like Coin, MicroStrategy, or IBIT, right? Which is the Bitcoin leveraged ETF, futures ETF. So that is where it's at there. It is raining cats and dogs here, if you can hear that in the background. Looking at some of the smaller names, right, on the daily, Carvana got heavy but held. SoFi, heavy and held. Tesla, it's trying. It really is, but it's not quite, right? So today does mark potentially a higher low or higher high. I don't know what you'd call this in here, right? Where we came down and we failed to break. And then today we opened really low and we've bought it all back up. So did we open low? How did this open? Yeah, we did. Yeah, so, I mean, we'll see. Tesla wants it, right? People are ready for it to turn around and correct, but it's still not quite there yet. Then, the other names, continue weakness, AI, go back to the daily chart here, continues weak. AI actually coming down to a really key support here. This could be a change in direction, or we drop down into the teens, which would be just fine by me. Robinhood consolidating now and showing some strength today. Would be interesting to see it get going. Robinhood needs a real big push though, right? And when it goes, it is extremely shorted and it will really, really go. Same thing with Carvana, right? They're trying to just push this down because the case for shorting this is so strong. Holy cow, it's windy and rainy here. It's like whistling wind. So Carvana catching a bounce off of this. And it's tough when I have this, the 10K account challenge to do some of these longer swings, because the impact that it has on the account is much bigger, right? And so in larger account sizes, I'm doing a swing trade, $3,000 in a swing trade on the $30,000 account is different than $1,000, right, on the 10K account. So, and I'm risking $1,000 a trade, 10% of the account, and then 30% stops. It's a little bit different when I'm risking. Yeah, I guess it's the same percentage wise. It just seems like there's less to play with, because there is technically. But anyways, I'm ranting a little bit. One thing that I want to look at is Reddit, which IPO'd last week. Oh, sorry, 2 weeks ago. Daily dropping off right back to what was originally thought to have been the IPO price, and then getting bought back up today with strength. So is the bottom in? We don't know. It is a double bottom just about in here though, at the 42 level. So that's interesting. And then we need to look at DJT. Is that, yeah, this Donald Trump media technology. This is like, I mean, the merger and pump was crazy, right? But we knew this is going to be shorted. It's a meme. It really is. I haven't been playing it. I should have been shorting the heck out of this. I wouldn't be surprised if this comes back down to 19 level. I'll probably actually look to short this tomorrow. I just haven't had it on watch until this afternoon when I started taking a look at things a little bit more in depth like that. China names, which we talked about yesterday. Whoops. BABA, right, remains in this range. Still no strength really getting above this yet. We want to see, I really want to case above 77 and then above the 200 EMA. And then the sky is the limit on BABA. As you can see, we have consolidated. And maybe we get something like Apple, right? They consolidated for a long, long time like this. BABA's been consolidating even longer. Chinese economy is really hurting. And then we could go, if it gets above this double top in here, at the 119 level, then the case for the 2 and 300s is not far away, right? Because it's the base here and the double top here. It's a really strong level here at the 125-ish, 120-ish range in there. So we want to see that break above. Anyways, that is what I have. Trying to be a little bit more patient, work on the psychology. Definitely the 10K account is harder, right? It's easier to look at the percentages on this account, or sorry, it's harder to look at just percentages and easier to look at dollar values and think and get discouraged, right? Like, oh, this trade has gone 30%. It's only making me $300. $300 is great, right? I do that a day, compound that, it's gonna be awesome. Tough to be patient though after trading the 30K account. So I need to be able to do that. If you can't manage 10K, right? What makes you think you'll be able to manage 30? If you can't manage 5K, what makes you think you're gonna be able to manage, 50? So working on the psychology, always learning little by little, step by step, till this is as easy and boring as bread and butter. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Remember, if your dreams and goals don't scare you, probably not big enough. See you guys tomorrow.